Okay, I totally forgot how I introduced myself and all that stuff.
How do you introduce yourself? Do you just say?
I usually go hey, welcome to Uncomfortable. I say the episode name and then I say my name. Actually, I never say my name. And then I tell you to introduce yourself and then I say let them know. I've been saying let them know this whole time.
Seriously?
So I just keep it up with let them know. Because it just works for me, I guess. I don't know. But welcome to episode 17 of Uncomfortable. We were chatting a little bit before.
Yeah.
I mentioned that I was sick, so please excuse my voice. And this is episode 17. This is my guest, so introduce yourself. Let them know. Let them know.
Well, thank you very much for having me, first and foremost. Mm-hmm. And my name is Joshua, but everybody knows me as Zero or Z-Bird.
Right.
And I am a graffiti artist from the Bronx, and you might have seen my work around town. I like to think so, at least, you know. Been a little busy bee.
Well, especially because there's graffiti all over the Bronx.
Yeah, now since the pandemic, it made it really easy to be a graffiti writer. But
there's less cops?
No. What happened is, so last year when it first started, I can't front. I was a little scared to go outside too. I didn't want to go get sick. Right. And then at that time, I was working at the women's shelter, so I was already on bad timing. Mm-hmm. You know, no offense to any women out there, but women are very tough to work with, especially when it's just a bunch of women together. So it was kind of like a jail, realistically. You know, they had a curfew. They weren't able to have guests. They weren't able to do certain things. You know, they didn't have certain amenities. You know, realistically, there wasn't a place for them to sit outside and chill with, amongst each other.
Kind of like a prison.
Yeah, it was a prison. It was raggedy. So that shit was just tough anyway. So dealing with them and then going home and then God forbid getting anybody sick, and stuff like that. I was just like, you know what, this isn't for me. And plus I was going through stuff. So I ended up getting they were like, nah, we can't deal with this. So you got to go. Wow. And I was like, okay, no problem. Well, I didn't want to work here anyway, realistically. Not to sound bitter, but I was like, I didn't want to work here anyway. This isn't for me. So what happened is a lot of graffiti writers took advantage of that. Nobody outside, no police, people being scared, doing graffiti broad day. I didn't. I was like, nah, I'll stay home, wait till it gets a little bit better. And then I feel like I had my fun, and I did my thing. And now I just want to kind of relax a little before I get a little too hot,
Yeah.
Graffiti's not legal.
Right.
Period. So it's not like I'm saying this and I'm promoting it, but it's what I do. It's what I do to get my mind off a lot of things, and I didn't have, excuse me, I didn't have this platform last year. I just came back from where I was living. I was living up in the mountains and stuff. So I was gone for a year. I got my mind right. I feel like I got a chance to know myself, really know what I want to deal with in life.
Because you were just isolated with yourself. Yeah.
Facts, and then the last 2 months I was living there, I was really isolated. I think I told you this off camera and shit. I told my cousin, just so I didn't be a pester to anyone. I was having my cousin pick me up every weekend just so I could go to Walmart, get food, shit, the basic needs. But I started to feel like I was getting cabin fever for real. So I was like, nah, I got to come home. I got to come be with my family, my kids. I got to be back. Yeah. So when I came back, I kind of really went crazy. I went ham in the city. I don't need to talk about it, but you seen it. People seen it, and people started talking. It started buzzing. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try to use this to my advantage. So I'm trying to, just do a big rebranding, and just really cater to my audience and just create something that people like. So they like the bird, people like seeing it. They think it's funny. They think it's cool. They think it's cute. They think it's this. They think it's that. Whatever. You can relate to it, fine. If I do a funny one, fine. If I do a cool one, a comic book one, etc., people like it. Yeah. Maybe it'll be merch. Maybe it won't, but the ultimate goal is to just give back, eventually just give back. Yeah. My ultimate goal in life is I want to open a free after school program in Soundview, specifically Soundview. I love Soundview. I've lived there for 13 years almost at one point in life, back and forth there. So I feel like they need that. Mm-hmm. So if I'm able to make enough money that I'm able to put money towards it or just talk to the right people now because I have money, I'm going to do that. And that's just the ultimate goal. Just do art until somebody notices who I am. And
Right.
they're gonna say, you know what, let me reach out to him, see what's his agenda. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like I want to do something for the hood, realistically.
And so you're an artist, and then you also do tattoos. He just gave me a tattoo, guys. I'll show you.
Just got a tattoo. I'm an artist, tattoo artist.
And you also do graffiti.
And I also do graffiti.
So what does art and like mean to you? Like, what does art like a way for you to express yourself? Like, that's how you use your art.
I feel like, yeah, I use it to express myself, but I also use it as an escape. You know, like I'm dealing with a lot of tough shit mentally.
Yeah.
You know, I'm big on mental health. I'm big on trying to better yourself. I'm not such a perfect person. I don't like to think I am. You know, I've done some dirt in my life. I've done nice things in my life too. You know, it's not always negative, but there's room for improvement.
Right.
Be better. You know, and I feel like the first step is knowing what's wrong. You know?
Yeah.
And I knew what was wrong. You know, I knew exactly what was wrong, and I fixed it.
Yeah, I would say that kind of like ties into like just admitting it.
Yeah.
His first step is admitting that you are
first step.
And like you know you have an issue or you know you have something you need to work on. The first step is just admitting that, because once you say it to yourself, it's easier to just kind of be like, okay.
Now that's the first step.
Like you know,
like for myself, you know, like I struggle with like. So I hurt my knee last year riding bike, and I was like struggling with like pill addiction. You know, I had like painkillers, and it was easy for me to just get lost. You know, that's how I felt. So,
which is easy sometimes.
It was. So when I moved to the Poconos, I was completely sober, raw doggy, just got off that shit and started focusing on just painting art, because there's no graffiti over there. You can't do graffiti over there. Right. Once you do graffiti over there, they call on you. And they do know me already, so they call
because they don't really, where you were living, it's not really like buildings. It's more like mountains, houses, like
small ass.
So you crazy. Graffiti. Nobody else is graffitiing. You just moved in. They're gonna suspect you automatically. You know,
you stand out like a sore thumb.
Of course, because everybody over there knows each other at some point when it's such a small town or small city you're in.
And also, it's like they all kind of look the same. For real. It sounds crazy. Like all these, it sounds racist, but all these white people dead look the same. Like, and I'm just like, oh, didn't I just see you at Walmart? He's like, no, I didn't even go outside. So I'm like, oh, well, you got a doppelganger, bro. You know, but they just all look alike to me. You know, at least so. You know, that's just their problem. But yeah, it's a small town. Only could focus on art and shit like that. So that's what I just decided to do. Just focus on the art. Keep my mind off of things. Have my kids come over for like a month at a time. You know, have them there for mad long, just chilling with me, doing shit. Yeah. You know, but at that time I had the car. Yeah. So when the car broke down, it's like
no car. I can't really go back and forth that much. Yeah.
Gotta just stay on the mountain.
Yeah. But that must have been very therapeutic. Like
it was a gift and a curse. That's what I like to say. It was a gift because I got a chance to be at peace for real, like really at peace. Like I put the internet down, wasn't even online much. People were really worried, you know, they were like, yo man, you're not posting your daily jokes. And I'm like, any time for that, you know, like no offense, any time for daily jokes, any time for none of that. It's time for me to just like be at peace, bro. Like turn my phone off at times, throw that shit to the side, work on art, watch movies, catch up on reading, do what I can, you know, stuff like that. But the curse part was like being really alone. No one's near me. No one could just come over.
And that feeling of loneliness is real. Like sometimes you can feel alone. Even like, when you have people around, it still feels lonely.
They, you know, I didn't have people too far, but they weren't too close. They still had to drive a little bit to get to me. But at the same time, it's like being alone really, I feel like it did something to me, you know, and it just like, it changed me for the better at that point, you know, I feel like it changed me for the better. So
do you feel like being alone kind of made you like being with yourself? Because I feel like when I had the chance to just be alone and like be to myself, I actually learned like to like being with myself. Like I started having these things called Adventure Saturdays where like I would go out every Saturday by myself to go do something that I've never done before. Like one time I went to the fucking Jewish museum. Like I don't even know why I went there.
Just
like,
went there. You were like, you know what, let me just
I'm just like, yo, like let me learn something about Jewish people. Like and I just went. Like and I went by myself. Like I literally took the train by myself. I walked there by myself, went in there, went to a whole museum. Like and you know museums be taking some time by myself. I went to the Whitney by myself.
That's a museum. museum too. That's a big museum.
I went to the Whitney by myself. I just went by myself, like, and I just learned like to just be okay and be content with chilling by myself and knowing that I don't always need people. And it's not that I don't want them there, but that if I had the choice to be by myself, I could.
Yeah,
and that meant a lot to me.
And then when you're by yourself, you'll still have fun. Mm-hmm. Like you're like, oh, you know what? I don't need these many people. This many people around me. Pardon, or these people around me. In that sense. But to answer that, I've always been alone, realistically. Like not in a sense, because I got 3 older brothers and I got a younger sister, so it's not like I'm alone. I got my mom. I had my mom and dad in my life. They passed away, but I've always done stuff by myself. Mm-hmm. Never had a problem going anywhere by myself. I do graffiti by myself, which is wild dangerous. But I just
probably need a lookout, right?
Yeah, but I don't know. I got a third eye. I swear to God, I got a third eye. And I think I got an angel because God bless. I've never got caught in the act. They came to pick me up. They found out where I worked and they came to my job and they embarrassed me in front of all my coworkers. They was like, yeah, you come here. They threw me against the glass, arrested me. And I didn't know what I was getting arrested for, Right. To me, in my eyes, and I know this sounds so silly, I thought it was child support, because like at the time I wasn't working, so like child support was adding up. And I'm like, damn, they're really serious about these, these babies. I'm like, but damn, I'm giving them money, so like, So
I'm crying.
And then I'm in the precinct or whatever, and I'm sitting there, and I'm trying my best not to talk about nothing because they're not asking me anything.
You don't want to give yourself up.
So this female officer comes and she goes, oh, you could get paid for that stuff. So instantly clicks in my head. I'm like, oh, so it's for graffiti? And then she's like, oh, they didn't tell you we're getting arrested for it? And I was like, no. I was like, they didn't tell me shit. I was like, they just arrested me at work. And I was like, I just went with the flow, whatever. I didn't want to hold people up at work. So I was like, I just wanted to go. So she was like, yeah, you getting arrested for graffiti. And I'm like, oh, okay. I was like, oh, man. Then I thought about it. And I'm like, damn, it's kind of over now, shit. So the dude comes and it's like the movies, realistically. But swear to God, this really happened. And he had a folder about this big, And the first thing he does is he opens it up. And he's like, that looks familiar. And it's like one of my first, sprays on the wall. And this was like late 90s. And I'm like, damn. I was like, you got that? And I'm like, damn. So he's like flipping it, showing me stuff through the eras, and I'm laughing like, damn, they on it. Like they really on it. So It's a graffiti task force. They're called Vandal Squad. And we call them VS. Like graffiti writers just call them VS. Or Vandal. We call them Vandal.
Right. And we were talking about how like graffiti has like different lingo and shit. But we'll get into that.
They got a task force. So the task force, the 2 major cops at the time that were like dealing with that came. They started talking to me. They were like, yeah, we got you and stuff. And it was like, you just got to do this, that, blah, blah, blah. So at the time, I kind of felt like I was forced to sign some papers, and I signed these papers, not knowing what I really was signing, but I was just trying to get the fuck up out of there. Like I didn't want to be up in jail. And so when they hit me, it was like 3,000, literally like 3,000. No, 3,000 charges of graffiti, and then it was like 200 felony counts of graffiti just for the Bronx. So I go through the whole booking process in the Bronx first, right? 2.5 days. From there, they take me to Manhattan bookings in Canal Street. So now from there, I'm sitting in these fucking bookings, and I'm like, now what? They're like, now you got to get processed for the graffiti in Manhattan. And I'm like, oh, okay, fuck it. 2,000 more charges and then 100 more felony charges. And I'm like, oh, no, this is really serious. Like, it's already serious because it's felony charges. Right. So I'm like, damn. So now I'm spending 2 days in fucking Manhattan bookings, and then I leave this place. Then they extradite me to Brooklyn now, and I'm like, yo, I'd spend a total of 6 days in fucking jail back and forth because they extradited me to each borough to fucking blame me for each fucking bullshit that I did. And it got real serious, So I was like, yo, I really got to take a break. Like, I really got to chill. Got to stay off the streets. This was 2018, I think 17. This happened. But they gave me a hot tip. They told me somebody like kind of snitched me out. Told them where I worked. And I was just like, yeah.
So you didn't go to jail?
I didn't do no time. I copped out. I just told them who I was, and they hit me with the misdemeanors. They cleared all the felonies. They just hit me with a lot of misdemeanor shit. So it came with some fines, some community service. I had like over 100 hours of community service. So that was a lot of time I was spending away from the kids. It was tight. Did all that.
You can have 100 felonies?
Yeah. for graffiti. So what they do is
What? I never heard of that. That's crazy.
bricks are felonies. So if you spray a building, it's a felony. If you break into something, it's a felony. All right. If you break into something and then that something gets robbed, you're now blamed for it. So now, me personally, I never got involved with none of that. I just got caught up for a specific building that they was really upset about that I sprayed. And I was like, all right, whatever, fine. So that one, I ended up doing a mural on. So it was a positive, that came from a negative. So they were charging me with mad buildings that I sprayed because the building had to hire like someone to paint, and then this causes like a whole big thing or whatever, or this whole bullshit. Wow. And I'm like, damn, man. So a lot of people who do more damage than me are dealing with a lot more shit than I am.
Than you are.
So yeah, that's crazy to me, But all of that over graffiti, But I just came back harder than ever because why not? I don't feel like they should be worried about graffiti right now. They should be worried about whatever the hell is going on else in the fucking world. People getting really shot.
Not even that, like fucking sex trafficking and all that stuff. Like
the war in Palestine, literally.
Like
there's a lot going on in the world, and there's a lot going on in New York besides graffiti. Yeah. They should not be worried about graffiti. I'm personally not doing nothing. I'm trying to stay, as clean as possible. Of course I'm hitting what I'm hitting, but it is what it is. Like I just do it to be. It's more of a. I need to get my mind off of shit. So this is the easiest way. Yeah. Just let me vent. Let me express myself. People like it. I'm not doing too much. I'm not doing the most. That's it.
I feel that. And why do you think graffiti makes people uncomfortable?
A lot of people don't like seeing it. A lot of business owners, they got to deal with the damages. I heard, I don't know how true this is, but like I heard that like buildings with graffiti get fined. Yeah. So like they get a fine for having an ugly looking building in a sense. So.
And do you feel like, do you ever when like you graffiti something, do you feel like maybe I shouldn't do it on this building, like where it's at, like maybe this is OD, like, but do you just don't care? Like,
well, this is where I guess adrenaline kicks in at that point. Like sometimes, if there's a spot that I know, like, damn, this is kind of stupid, and then I'll be like, fuck it. The adrenaline just kicks in. I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it, man. It's just paint. Like, I'm just painting, man. Like,
I think I think adrenaline with the idea of doing something when no one can get caught is a thing. Whether it's sex, caught. Graffiti, peeing outside, it's fighting. It's so crazy. It's the idea that you could get caught and something could happen is exciting, and then you don't is exciting. Yeah. Like, so it's just weird. Like, why?
Graffiti is literally a gateway to other negative shit, because now what happens is you're like, damn, I didn't get caught for doing this. What else can I get away with? And now you're breaking into places. Damn. Now after you're breaking into places, you're like, you know what? This is cool. I might just steal this now. And now you're stealing. And then from there, now you're doing grand larceny. And then it gets worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And then now you're addicted to doing crimes. I'm addicted to painting. It's different. I don't give a fuck about the crimes. That's why I don't climb in shit. I don't give a shit to climb in shit no more, because you know what? Don't need it. Don't need that kind of drama in my life. I'd rather just stick to these raggedy ass spots and painting my bird on it and making it a little bit better than what it looks. Yeah. I'm not hurting. Again, I'm not hurting nobody. I don't even steal my paint no more. I used to steal my paint. It's called racking. So I don't even rack no more. I'd rather buy my shit.
And rack means like steal paint from
stores. And then that leads to other crimes. Shoplifting.
Right, shoplifting, yeah.
Like, back in the days I got caught up for shoplifting. That shit was mad embarrassing. You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, like, what the fuck?
I had to laugh because
and I was like, damn, like mad embarrassing.
I have to laugh because I've gone to the beauty supply store and seen like they have like this big ass cardboard of like thieves.
The shrine of thieves, right? Like, what the fuck? And then I've been thinking about that, like, yo, what if they take a picture of me now? Yo, my bald ass on this damn board and people got to see that shit. Like, and then so that
shit is so big.
So I'll tell you what happened. So we were on shoplifting.
Yes.
And I was gonna tell you the embarrassing story of how I got caught. So I was in Barnes and Nobles.
Oh god.
And I was stealing books.
Books. Well, now, before you say you were stealing books, why were you stealing the books?
Oh man, it was tough times. Actually, it was crazy. It was really whack. Actually, I lost my job.
What time frame is this?
This is like 2 years ago.
Okay.
I lost my job, and I lost my job, and the person I was dealing with was like really nasty to me, you know. And I just felt like, you know what, I can't depend on this person, so I need to depend on myself by any means. So I want to go steal some books, you know, and
Yeah, steal some books if the person you're dealing with is not great.
For whatever reason, I thought this
great
was
thing to do.
So now this is where again, backtracking to being by myself helped, because I was like, damn, I would shoplift when I'm sad. That's so weird.
Yeah,
you know. And then I was like, that's a form of like kleptomaniac in a sense, you know. And I was like, nah, that's weird.
What does kleptomaniac mean again?
Just steal. You just like stealing.
That's true.
The thrill of stealing. Okay. I like to, and it's crazy because like I would like, you know, not to incriminate myself, but like incriminate. Pardon. I would like to steal my paint. Like I would steal my paint and then do graffiti. Yeah. You know, like. And that shit was a thrilling thing, to you know? And I was like, damn, that's kind of whack. Yeah. So now that's why I just don't rack. I buy all my shit, buy all my supplies, buy all everything I need. I buy it. Fuck it. Spend my money. Like, just for myself. It's to better myself, my craft. Yeah. So I was stealing the books, and this woman pulls up behind me, and she looked like a regular Joe, you know, and she's like, hey, come with me, all right? She was like, I'm loss prevention. And I look at her, I'm like, man. I was like, this is so embarrassing. She goes, you should be ashamed of yourself. She was like, you are a grown man. And I start dying laughing. And I'm like,
yo, she's right
though. I'm like, so she's like, so what are you stealing these for? She's like, these are kids' books. And I'm like, and I'm just like, and I was like, I have kids, man. And she goes, oh, she's like, oh, okay, I could understand. She's, I'm so sorry. She's like, all right, you know, whatever, blah, blah. She's like, we're not going to involve police. Don't even worry about it. She's like, you could just go. She's like, but I'm going to keep the books. And I'm like, you know, obviously. Like, the fuck? I was like, you still want me to take the books? Like, that's pretty cool, you know?
Nah, if she would let you keep the books, that would be
cool. That would be pretty cool. But, you know, it was just like.
I feel like if it was me, honestly, I would have let you keep the books. Like, I would let you keep the books. So I'm like, hard times, you know what?
Hard times, you know, and it was kind of whack.
Maybe like some books, not all of them. I can't let you steal all of them.
You know? Like, when that happened, I ended up traveling a little, and I found the job right away when I came back from traveling. Wow. You know? And I was like, oh, shit. Like,
you see?
You know, maybe a good thing came from it. You know? So I was like, fuck it. And I got to travel the world, see some shit, see some cool shit, do some graffiti in cool places. They probably would have killed me if they would have caught me.
Right. I'm sure.
Because they're like really strict in other countries with graffiti and with weed too. Like.
And you've done graffiti in other countries, I'm guessing. What countries?
China.
Oh, wow.
So that was awesome. Like Indonesia, I went to Bali, London, Paris.
Wow.
Amsterdam.
Wow.
Mad fun. I got lost in Paris. That was like the best time of my life. My phone died.
'Cause you was tagging.
Yeah, and like this is how crazy it is. So I'm really a machine. I get in machine mode when I do graffiti. That's what I call myself. Like I just go. Go crazy. I look around, make sure I'm good, make sure there's no cops. I keep going. So when I was in Paris, I didn't know my phone was dying. And I'm walking down, I'm walking in and out blocks. I'm just walking around thinking my phone is on 90. That shit was on 9%. And I'm like, oh no. I was like, oh my, I start panicking. Like, yo, how the fuck am I gonna get home? I don't know where I'm at. I don't know what a telly is. I was like, fuck it. I just didn't even care at that point. I just was like so stressed. I go, I cop a bottle. I just drink a bottle with me. And out there you could drink in public. So that's pretty cool. So I'm just like killing this bottle, walking around doing graffiti, having fun. And then I was like, you know what? I got to start heading back. So I start heading back and I start walking through blocks and I got a photographic memory. So I start memorizing shit. And I'm like, okay, this landmark was here. This store was here. I remember this. Okay, I walked this way. Then I start seeing my graffiti. And I'm like, oh, I walked this way. And it's like Hansel and Gretel, the jelly beans. You know, you leave the jelly beans. They left the jelly beans.
I don't remember that story that well.
So they left jelly beans to find their way back home or whatever. So it was like I left my little birds everywhere to find my way back. And I literally followed them for wherever they stop. And then I seen that they go again and I followed them again. And I'm like, okay, I've been through here. So I'm going to go through here. And I literally found my way back to where I remembered. And I was like, okay, my hotel was 2 blocks from the Louis Vuitton. Got back. The person I was with was like, oh, where the hell were you? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yo, I literally got lost. Like, the phone is dead. I was like, but you'll see. Like, I had mad fun. I was like, that was probably the craziest experience ever. But that was like a good time. I swear to God. Best time of my life. Getting lost in Paris. But again, graffiti brings me peace. And I just had to give my brothers the pep talk, you know? my brother was like, you need to grow up. And I'm like, bro, this is my life. I was like, whether you like it or not, I was like, this is my life, this is my lifestyle. I was like, you're going to see me pop on people one day. I was like, you're going to see me talk to people one day and give somebody love.
Right.
I was like, you might even see me argue with somebody one day. I was like, over my lifestyle.
Yeah.
I was like, but this is it, bro. Like, I'm sorry. Like, it is what it is, bro. I'm in too deep.
And you said that there was like graffiti beef.
There's graffiti violence, you know. There's people that died, you know, about graffiti. And it's crazy, over $4. These are $4. So you died over $8, $12 if you do a border. You know what I'm saying? Like, not even to be funny, but like, you died over $12. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
People get shot over graffiti. People get stabbed up over graffiti. Hacked with machetes over graffiti. You know, like, you know, certain instances I can't say too much, but you know, but
you shouldn't.
Just crazy, like crazy shit for graffiti.
Yeah.
You know, but it comes with the territory. Like I told you off earlier. It's a full contact sport.
Yeah.
You know, it's my friend Osby, one of my best friends. He says it's like the game with no rules. You know, but there's real rules. Like there's rules. If you
graffiti, there's real rules.
There's real rules in graffiti. Like there's marker tags, then spray paint tags go over marker tags. Then outlines go over spray paint tags. Then fills go over outlines. Then, you know, straight letters go over fills. Then, you know, then it gets a little
I don't know any of this thing.
So this is just lingo. Like a fill is your bubble letter filled in with one color and then outlined another color. That's a fill. So it's a two-tone bubble letter in a sense. So
I've
like your
seen
bubble
that
letter.
before.
Then there's straight letters, which is just your name, very legible. You know, like
and straight letters, no bubble.
Straight letters, and it could be bubbly, it could be straight and solid, it could be funky.
But not filled in.
It could be filled in too.
Oh, okay.
You know, those are outlines. If they're not filled in, they're called outlines.
Okay.
So, you know, it's a whole lingo to it. So, you know, when you're around more graffiti writers, you'll start understanding. You'll be like, oh shit, like there's really like a whole level to this stuff. Like it's really like gang shit, you know, and that's why there's a task force for it. That's crazy. So
I be seeing graffiti like high up and then like the trains and stuff like that. And I always think to myself, how the fuck did they get there? Like I always think that, like, how did you get there?
A lot of people climb, you know, but a lot of people use ladders. Like there's ladders called jetpacks. And Boys is already on it. So like they already know about it. And they're collapsible ladders. And they just walk with them. And they're very small. They look like book bags.
Wow.
So they just walk with them, you know, keep it pushing. And they just put those shits out. Some of them are 25 feet. Some of them are 50 feet. So these shits are crazy. Imagine walking around with a 50-foot ladder.
Yeah,
you know where you're
like,
going? You're going everywhere. Like you're having fun.
Right. Because
so,
like on the train, on bridges, like that's fucking insane.
That's where
that's dangerous.
It's dangerous, one, you know, but that's where the adrenaline kicks in. And two, now you're dealing with different types of felonies. And that's what I said.
Right, because it's on major property, like bridges, like big buildings. Like
I get it, you want the fame, but we all want the fame, you know, but like there's other ways about going about it. You know?
Yeah.
I don't knock it. I like what people are doing.
Right.
I like seeing the city looking crazy. To me, at least. It feels like the 90s again, the 80s again, you know? So
and you were graffitiing in the 90s.
95 I started, 10 years old. So this is why, again, remember the combo with 13-year-olds now and 13-year-olds before?
Yeah.
10 years old, I started doing graffiti, you know, and I kept on through the era. Same name, never changed.
Same design, same everything.
Not design, like that evolved through time, you know, but now it's at a point where like I have a solid, you know, mascot at this point, you know, like Z-Bird, like that's what I'm doing. So I just want to make that bigger than what it is, hopefully, you know, and hopefully from my mouth to God's ears, it'll happen.
Yeah.
Know? And then from there, people will really see like what I really want to do in life. Like, so again, it goes back to that, like helping people. So, but the climbing is like different felonies. You know, now you invading, you breaking into shit now, for real. And then you're making it really problematic for them to paint. Yeah. Now they got to get a crane in there. Not a crane, but like the shits that hang down or the scaffolding's part in there. That's mad money that they got to spend. Yeah. So it's like, nah, I'm good on that, bro. You can have that fame. I'm good. Right. I'll put my birds where I like to put them.
And you drew Z-Bird. Where did you put all those drawings that you did? Well, maybe you shouldn't show it. I don't want you to, cops to watch this. I don't think they're going to watch this.
It's at that point. All right. So it's tricky. So graffiti's tricky. So with graffiti, it's more of a get caught in the act in a sense. And it's like, and it depends on what you're doing.
Not that the cops is gonna watch this, but I'm just saying, like, you never know. You can show it. I don't know.
That's Z-Bird. That's like my little mascot.
I don't know. Yeah.
So if you ever see this, then you know. I like to paint around town and have fun. It's for the kids, really. The kids love it. Like, a lot of my friends have kids,
Yeah.
And they always tell me, like, yo, bro, my son always loves seeing your shit, man. Then they'll be like, paint one here, too.
Wow.
And then they'll be like, write his name. And they'll be like, all right, man, if I got time, I'll do it. And if I don't get in trouble, I'll do it.
I would guess I would be worried more about, like, I guess getting in trouble. Nah, but I feel like, I don't know, spray painting seems cool. I feel like, I don't know, one time me and my friend, like, this guy, like, she was filming this rap for her group that she was in, and like, this guy was like, oh, do you mind if I tag behind you guys? And we were like, sure. Like, she was like, actually, that'll look cool for the video, right? So we did the video, whatever. It was mad cool. And then he was like, you want to do it? And she was like, yeah. So she started tagging something. He's like, you want to do it? I'm like, hell yeah. So I'm just like, let's do it.
Yeah, I was just graffiti.
And I'm like, we were just graffiti. And I'm just like, yo, this is illegal. Like,
mad illegal.
I'm like, even if I wanted to do it for fun, like, if they would have called me, I still would have went to fucking jail. Like, so she was looking out. I'm looking at it. I'm like, wondering, why are you looking? I'm like, oh, this shit is illegal. Like, I'm not supposed to do this.
Super illegal. And then especially where you do it. So
yeah, we did it on 14th Street.
Oh, nah.
In the garage, on the garage wall. And there probably was a camera there.
Probably.
Fuck it.
But if they don't care, they don't care. That's the thing. Like, if they're complaining, then it's a problem.
Yeah. I just feel bad because they do have to cover it up. And I feel like that's probably the only thing that would stop me from probably doing it more places. Just thinking like, ugh.
That's why I go to like
cover
really
it up.
Raggedy hoods already
tagged up.
Yeah, but then that's where it gets scary because people be like, yo, you was just over in one whatever in this block.
Yeah.
I'm like, how you know? They was like, bro, that's a hood. How
right.
They was like, nobody was giving you no trouble.
Right.
I'm like, no.
And you don't, and there's a thing about tagging over other people's work.
Yeah, I don't do that. There's no reason to unless I got problems with them. I don't got problems with nobody. To my knowledge, I don't.
But if somebody does that means that they have problems with you then. Or they're starting a problem.
Yeah, and then
in the graffiti world.
And then it's stupid because like it ultimately leads
escalates.
To yeah. So it's like, okay, you just want to fight. So I'm too old for it, but I'm not too old for it. I'm sorry. Like, I try to be a better person sometimes, but like sometimes people got to get slapped. Like because it's like now you really playing yourself because one, we already risking our freedom for this shit.
Yeah.
And two, now you want me to risk my freedom triple time because now I got to go over you. You know what I'm saying? Nah, don't even bother, bro. I'm gonna run into you. And I'll just keep doing my thing. I'm not even give people attention. But
yeah.
If it ever got to it, like, that's it. Like, it just got to go a certain route. I don't want to promote violence or nothing like that.
Right.
But
I felt that.
What's the point? Why are you even doing it?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like the only reason you're doing it is because like you want it to escalate to violence. Like that's so stupid too. Like I was telling you, like they're bringing gangs into it now, and it's getting kind of corny. But what can I do? I'm not in a gang, so they're just bringing it into it. So,
which makes it more dangerous, if anything.
Yeah, because now they're bringing like other people into it that don't need to be into it,
right? And
those people are just not no better than us. So
yeah,
it's just whack. So we just gotta like be more cautious,
Right. It's not only the cops you gotta watch for; it's just the regular people at this point.
And now, God forbid, you rolling with someone that got beef with someone who's in a gang,
right?
And now their gang is on lookout for this crew specifically, so.
Right? And no matter, even if you did it or not, you're just a part of that crew. So if you're
part of that crew, then they'll just beat you up.
And that's usually how it goes.
Yeah. And then that's when police consider it like gang feedy.
Yeah.
Because now gangs are involved. So it's fucking stupid, why even bother?
And you have mentioned that you have kids, but so like, do you tell your kids that you do graffiti? Do they know that you do graffiti?
Yeah, they know who I am. Okay. Like it's funny too. Like both my kids got phones, which is awesome to me. I think is awesome. And
how old are your kids, if you don't mind sharing?
My son is 13 and my daughter's 7. They both have phones, funny as hell. And they take pictures whenever they're out with their parents and stuff, and they send it to me. Or when we're together and they happen to see it, they'll be like, "Oh, look, Dada," and then we'll start laughing together.
Wow.
They're like, "When did you go do this?" And I'm like, then I'll tell them the little story or whatever, and they start laughing. They think it's pretty thrilling or whatever. And like I said, I'm at peace with who I am.
Yeah.
I'm this person,
Yeah.
Like, I know what it comes with. I know I know the issues it comes with, but I'm an artist. I'm a street artist. Like I could paint other stuff. You know, I'm really good at what I do. I love to do what I do. I love tattooing. I love
drawing. Yeah.
I love painting. I love portraits. I love everything. Every aspect of art, I just love it. But graffiti just gives me a better thrill. Like I just love it for myself. Like I feel like it keeps me young. You know, I swear to God. But the kids like it. You know.
Yeah. Would you, if your son said he wanted to graffiti, or even your daughter, would you encourage that?
They'll come with me. At the end of the day, I'm sorry.
Come with me.
Like they're not gonna go by themselves.
Right.
If they feel like they want to go, now they have a reason to just. It sucks. It sucks. It really sucks. God forgive me. But now they're just gonna be up mad late at night. You know, like I think about stuff like that. It's like, damn, you know, like now you're gonna be up mad late at night with me. You know, now I'm the bad guy to your parents, and I'm not the bad guy to your parents. Like they love me already. Like,
right.
You know, so let's try to tone it down. You know, and it's more Luna. It's not like ZJ. ZJ is very calm. He reads. He plays video games.
It's your daughter that wants to do it.
My daughter loves art. She loves getting in trouble. That's my road dog. Like I'll take her too. I'll be like, you want to go do graffiti? She'll be like, yeah. And I know safe spots. You know, I know permission spots, so I could take her there. You know, I'll be like, hey, we do it here. You know, and she has little graffiti in the places and stuff, and it's you know, it's cute. I let her do what she wants. Right. I'll take her with me because I think she's really smart. Like everybody thinks she's really smart for her age. She's spunky. Like she has attitude. Like she's herself. She knows. She's very she's conscious. You know, not self-conscious. She's very conscious of who she is. Like she knows what she likes. Like she just got her hair cut short. You know, and everybody loves
which
it.
I love.
We let her be herself. 7 years old with the short cut, pixie cut. You know, like she knows who she wants to be. So we let her be.
So long. Yeah, she cut it like to up here. And she's 7.
She's so cute. I love it. She's so beautiful. It's just
so beautiful.
I had to tell her like, listen, I'm gonna do a podcast, so you gotta give me if you don't call me. Yeah. She'll blow me up, and we'll just have convos about nothing. So, but she wants to do graffiti, and I don't mind. Like if you want to do graffiti, yeah, but not now. You 7 years old. You doing whatever you need to do now.
Like basically, you don't think like you're putting her onto criminal activities? Like like basically like I guess setting her up for illegal things.
Nah, because she's gonna do it with me. If you're gonna do it with someone, that's it.
But what if she ends up wanting to do it alone at some point?
She ain't doing it with nobody. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be that strict father with that at least. With graffiti, hell yeah, I'm gonna be strict. If not, if she does it by herself, I'll cross out myself, and now she got a big problem. Okay. She's gonna have street beef with her dad, you know, with graffiti. So I'll just you know, show him that way. Like, all right, now you're not gonna do it at all, right? You know, and I don't think they want that. No. So you know, you're gonna have to abide by those rules because now you're getting in trouble for real trouble. Yeah. It's illegal. Legal. Period. Like, right. Until it becomes legal. Right. No problem. Like if we grow and we become like a mural company, imagine this will be cool. But let's say we become a mural company. Now you have a reason to be legally, not getting in trouble, no worries. Exactly. And people respect my shit, so you're not gonna go over my shit. Yeah, people do go over murals. Yeah, like everybody does, realistically.
Which is fucked up.
It is fucked up, but it comes with the game. Like it's
that's
part
so
of the game.
Fucked up. I've seen that, and I'll be like, oh my god, like why would you do that? You
know, I'm guilty of ragging murals, to be honest. Yeah, no. But now I've got my mural ragged, so it's a shitty fucking feeling. So I'm like, you know what? I was like, I'm off ragging murals, but you know, it was part of the game, you know. But I didn't rag anybody that was from the city. We rag out of towners. That's rules though, but this is rules. So this is where graffiti unwritten rules come. Like, you're not gonna have your mural rocking over something that we had rocking illegally for mad long. Like, nah, sorry, now your shit is getting blasted. Yeah. So, and if someone does do the mural, they got to be from the city. Period. And that's how it should be, I feel like. Just my opinion, you know. New Yorkers, we should only rock our own murals. No offense to anybody else. I love out-of-towners. I love other people's art. But when it comes to, like, certain spots, like, that should just be, like, a New Yorker spot. Yeah. Like the Crackers Whack Wall. That's a forever spot. The, what's it called? What's his name? The Keith Haring Wall. It's Keith Haring.
Where is that at?
I think 125th on FDR Drive. Around there.
I feel like I went to a protest over there, but I never seen that. I have to check it out. I probably did see it, but don't know that's what it's called.
That's like a famous mural, you know, and like that should just be a forever mural there, you know, by him. You know, nobody's ever tagged it. Yeah, nah, no one's ever tagged that. I feel like
that's disrespectful.
If you tag that, you really like that's it. Like that, and there's certain graffiti writers you can't go over that passed away. So like that's forever beef, forever ever beef. Like change your tag at that point and make sure nobody finds out your new tag at that point.
Because you're done. Yeah, that sucks.
But you know, a lot of people are mysterious. You know, there's a lot of ninjas out there for real.
Yeah.
Like, people fucking eat taco for real. Like you won't catch them anywhere else. So they get it easier than I do.
Yeah.
They already know who I am realistically.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of time to see what they want to do.
That's
but
crazy.
like I said, I'm off it already, so I feel like I got it out of my system. I'm chilling. I don't want to do graffiti right now. I'm good.
I felt you.
Yeah. Doing tattoos.
Yeah. He did my tattoo.
Giving people tattoos, having more fun. You know,
which I'll put his Instagram so you guys can hit him for tattoos.
Yeah, we're talking about that.
My tattoo. I'll show you guys a little peek of it, maybe. But, I think that kind of wraps up episode 17. We talked a lot about graffiti, even mental health a little bit. We talked about a lot. We scratched the surface on a lot of things, but I think mainly like we just kind of grasped like a little bit of inside the graffiti life and just a little bit. How it makes people uncomfortable. Yes, how it makes people uncomfortable. Even the cops are uncomfortable. You said. Cops are very uncomfortable. And to some point, it seems like even your family members. So it's like you know
a lot of people, but you know they come to terms with it. Like I said.
Yeah, but it definitely make things uncomfortable. Which ties into my tattoo and tied into the episode in episode 17, which I feel like is going to be super cool because like I've never done anything like this.
And you're super cool. That's why.
Thank you. Really thank you. Each of my guests from the last few episodes have been complimenting me, and it's just like,
man. And then you got the shortcut now, yo. Okay, all right, man.
No hair. My friend told me to stop deflecting compliments and giving people compliments, so I will say thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
I appreciate that, and thank you guys for tuning into episode 17.
And thank you for having me.
Thank you to my guest Zero.
Thank you for having me talk about
Joshua.
and stuff.
Yes, of course.
I appreciate you. Give me a high five before I get a hanging moment.
And thank you for fucking with the kid. And I appreciate everybody who's tuning into Uncomfortable and who has been tuning in. This is episode 17. Season 1 is about to end, so make sure you guys tune into the episodes that I've been already put out and the episodes that I'm putting out ready, and like, comment, subscribe. Thank you.